Well, joining me this evening is Laureen Karayi, who is the Program Coordinator at UWONET, Uganda Women's Network. Welcome, Laureen.
Thank you, Josephine.
You were telling me earlier that you don't want us to call it the controversial marriage and divorce bill.
Yes, because I think when we start to brand bills or laws or policies, then we sort of bias the public and Ugandans, and we need to call it as it is, the marriage and divorce bill, so we can discuss the true content of the bill without biasing the content or by branding the bill a name.
Well, don't you think that the name in itself already biases a section of the public, or a lot of people, when we call it the marriage and divorce bill? It started out as the domestic relations bill, then it went to marriage and divorce, and divorce kind of puts a negative connotation on things.
What I would like to say is that Ugandans have forgotten that we have a Divorce Act, and this is the colonial legislation from 1906, and same with our Marriage Act, which is very colonial. It is archaic and it's discriminatory, and we are trying to consolidate those two laws and several other legislations that at that time were not cognizant of the true realities of men and women currently today. And the Uganda Law Reform Commission commissioned a comprehensive study in 1964. And there have been several discussions around the name. And by 2009, it came up with what is called the Marriage and Divorce Bill.
Are we keeping that name?
There have been discussions with a number of stakeholders, including religious leaders, who've been at the forefront of opposing divorce. And I can say in 2015, we actually have come up with a common position as women's rights organizations and the religious leaders on what the name should be. And there is more discussion around the marriage bill, although the content will not change, because that is what we have in Ugandan law, a divorce law and a marriage law.
So we are looking at the marriage.
We are looking at the marriage bill.
Okay. Well, 40 plus years, what's kept it from making headway? Who is failing it?
One of the big opposers of the bill is ignorance. And in the 9th Parliament, we celebrated the achievement of having 20 clauses passed. But this bill hit a halt because very many people had so many myths. They thought were the true content of the bill. There was a lot of misunderstanding, misconception, and the members of the 9th Parliament then, who were not well read or who were not knowledgeable about the bill, went to consult and received 5 million of taxpayers' money. And to date, we do not have a report from the 9th Parliament. And we are hoping the 10th Parliament will not repeat this mistake.
Well, you had Rebecca Kadaga speak earlier. Do you think there's going to be anything different from the 10th Parliament?
One of the things that we've done is we are working closely with the Uganda Women Parliamentary Association and the Office of the Speaker to try and build knowledge and capacity of the members of the 10th Parliament to understand the true content. Because currently we have 20 clauses that have been passed into law, and I think it is time that we stop burying our heads in the sand, because the divorce law exists and we need to be able to reform our colonial law in line with what the true realities are right now. I'll give an example. We have the Customary Marriage Act that allows a girl of 16 years to get married, which is contradictory to our constitution. It's allowing child marriage, it's allowing children to drop out of school, teenage pregnancies, and all those complications related with that. So we need to start talking about the realities now and addressing these issues.
Well, you mentioned the Customary Act. We have the Hindu, Muslim, Christian. We have all of these laws that are already there. Why do we need the marriage and divorce bill?
Because having 5 laws governing an institution of marriage, separation, and divorce just causes a whole confusion with the marriage institution. There are no standard requirements for marriage, where you can get married. It's sort of confusing, and this is what the lawyers call a legal pluralism, and it's so confusing that until we consolidate this into one law, which the Uganda Law Reform Commission has attempted to do, and we were happy that the Minister of Justice then presented this bill on the floor of Parliament. So this is the right direction for us to consolidate all these laws and have them in consistency with our constitution.
Right. Thank you very much, Laureen, for taking the time to speak with us. Unfortunately, our time is fast spent. Laureen Karayi is a program coordinator with UWONET, and that was Newsnight.